Yo, good morning. How are we doing? What is happening? Eradicator, good morning. Mother, good morning. Make shoot up, good morning. TW coming with the check-in. Mother coming with the check-in. Eradicator coming with this 17 months. Using that Prime sub for 17 months, dude. Thank you for the 17 months of subs, dude. Holy cow. Let's go, man. Joker, good morning. How are we doing? What is happening? Hopefully everyone had a great Monday. Now we're just chilling. Go straight into Taco Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. We got the one-shot energy. Very, very favorite, new favorite of mine with these guys. It's so juicy. Yo, SB Go, what's going on, dude? How you doing this morning? You did the cherry one? You did the dark matter cherry? Let's go, dude. I watched back the Hell Let Loose VOD. Wow, that game was a mess, and your reaction to it was hilarious. Listen, I wanted to like it, man. I really did want to like it. I just... You know, it just wasn't... It's not there. It's not there. Like, so many things wrong with it. Have you guys had the mango one yet, though? Because that's probably my favorite. That and the mandarin orange. But I don't know, man. This new one, dude, I like it, dude. I like it a lot. It tastes good. I didn't know if I was going to like it or not when it came, and I'm happy that I do. Yeah, man, Hell Let Loose, dude. Yeah, it's a miss for me, dude. I've seen a couple people online be like, yo, this was so much fun. It was so great. But I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like... Well, yeah, the servers are bad, and the servers are bad. The servers are unplayable, bro. Like, what are we doing? No way this is a great game. No way there is any positives in that, dude. There's no way there's any positives, dude. They could have made a better game if they actually just reskinned the last one into this one, because that seems like a better move than whatever the fuck they're giving us. It's bad. I don't know. I woke up and I was going, you know, you have your morning ritual you do. You wake up and you check your messages. You go through, you look at the fucking death app that is Twitter. And in there's someone, pretty prominent person in the gaming space, singing the praises of how good the game was. And I was like, you are out of your fucking mind. How much are they paying you? Because this is insane. There was like 6 pros and like 2 cons. I was like, what? Dude, it's all odds, bro. I couldn't even get a solid frame rate, dude. We're talking about we played in the Hell Let Loose Vietnam beta, if you can call it that. This game is supposed to come out in 16 days. In 16 days, that game is supposed to be available for purchase to play. I don't know how. I don't know why, and I don't know anyone that would spend money on that game at its current state. Like if that's how Gray Zone played on launch, I would be saying the same thing, dude. There's no way. There's no way. I heard some streamers had early access, so nobody was on the servers yet. Then when the beta released, everyone was trying to play. Maybe. I mean, maybe, but I don't know, dude. I bought it, but I regret myself to buy it. I'm sure the dev team improved it better they did with the first Hell Let Loose. I mean, you can always refund it if you bought it already. You could always return it because you haven't played any of the game yet. Unless you bought it like digitally on PlayStation. I don't know how they are returns. Steam, if you haven't played the game, we can refund it. Found a laser. You found your first laser designator last night. Was pretty excited. Hell yeah, dude, that's awesome. Sounds like a lot of work for a live service game, yeah. Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm so over this. Well, it will get better. We'll work on it at like games coming out in this half-ass state. We've been doing this for the last, I don't know, 10 years now. What? I don't get it. I don't get it, man. It's just so crazy to me. This happens every time. Especially with huge developers. They'll push out a game that's like barely finished. We'll get it. We'll get better. You know, it's just like, dude, get better before it's out, man. Like, it's a beta for the reason they make them so they can fix the problems they encounter. That's not entirely true. That's not entirely true. In the games industry, they use betas like they use demos in the back in the day, right? Back in the day, the demo dropped, right? Oh, get to play the demo. And beta is a fancier word. They like that more. Are they tackling some things? Yes. Is the beta informative for the developers? Yes. But arguably, most of the time, you're playing at least months-old versions of the game that they've already fixed. They've already fixed it, but they've got this slice of the game that they're putting up that is old, that is arguably very old and has been fixed already that you're playing. Now, true like beta is a good thing, absolutely. Some of it's used for as a marketing thing, especially when they do the whole you gain access to the beta if you pre-order the game. You know, that's again a marketing. It's a marketing thing. So it's not. I'm not. That's a very blanket statement on how it's used in the industry, but like that. They do it in the beta so they can find the problems and fix them. Absolutely, 100%. Not an inaccurate statement, but unfortunately, in this industry, that is not always the case with the game. It's not always the case. That being said, I hope that that's it, man. I hope that they fixed all the problems, man, and that it's going to launch and it's going to be great. Right? You know? Beta should be a few weeks long, not years long. Yeah, there's two sides to that coin, right? Like there's the long beta, aka dark off, that was 10 years, right? Obviously, early access is a thing, like Gray Zone, right? This isn't even this is technically an alpha, right? For Gray Zone, early access pre-alpha is what every game says, you know. So it's just like there's different stages to what they're doing. What Hell Let Loose is doing, I don't know. I haven't followed the game long enough to know. But I do know that whatever the fuck that was that I experienced last weekend was real bad. Like real bad. I'm definitely not gonna play that game. Ollie's out of frame, sort of. Yeah, he's chilling back there. He's chilling. You get to see Norman. Norman's just saying. Norman's getting the on-screen time today. But anyways, enough about that. Enough about that. Redwood Judge, good morning to you, man. Good morning to you. I'm very excited about all these updates coming to Gray Zone, man. We talked about all the PvP stuff yesterday, and then we even watched like the stream back where they talk a little bit about crafting, which I'm very intrigued by. I'm very intrigued by the crafting conversation that happened. If you guys missed the live stream, I highly recommend going back to the Madfinger Games website or Twitch channel and watching it, because they say some stuff that was definitely not scripted. If you not that any of it's scripted, but Mara definitely went off the reservation a little bit there, because he was like every time Jacob just laughs, like, oh, like he panics, he's like, oh, here we go. But he talked about the fact that you work, and it was in, English isn't his first language, so you kind of have to piece it together. But he talked about how you work for Crimson Shield or your faction, right? That's you are an employee, right, of that. And like, I don't know if he was talking about you are an employee, comparing it to games like DayZ and Tarkov, where you have to go and craft your items. Like the game is making you work to build them, type of a thing. When in his kind of explanation, it sounded like you go somewhere else to do this illegal activity to start some sort of pipeline, or I forget what the word he used was, but it just seemed like you were going somewhere else to do something off the books from Crimson Shield or your faction, your employer, right? Like, so there was like two directions that it could have gone. It's like where you're not building. It's not going to be crafting in the way that it is in Tarkov, where you get these pieces and then you put them in the box and then it comes out a gun, right? Like, but it seemed like you were setting up some sort of network of things to make money, to be profitable. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I keep trying to like figure out what he meant by that. Did anybody else pick up on that? Because that is the thing. Like, sure, the PvP updates, that they're plain and simple, but like the cryptic conversation about crafting at the end has my brain spinning, because I just want to know what they're talking about. Like, like, it makes sense in my head that like our hideout isn't in the fob, right? That we find some bunker somewhere. Like maybe there's a story task in the beginning in the starter town tutorial area where we find our bunker, right? We found this little bunker thing that we go, and then we set up shop in there for like our personal area, which would be super cool, which would be very cool, but then like that's where this crafting happens. Like they add that into the mix. I don't know. I mean, I'm going off of what he said, so it does seem very interesting. I hope they bring in combining partial items like 1/3 and 2/3 bandage to make a full bandage. That would be nice. That would be nice if that was the case, where you could do that. I always am like, oh man, it'd be great if you could stack some of these items, but I get that the numbers thing, when things have uses, it gets a little confusing on stacking those items. The only way that you could fix that is that everything is one use, and then you could stack up to 4 at a time, like on your body. Like in your inventory, you could stack 100 of them, right? But in your pockets, you could stack up to 4. So like it'd be like 1 bandage, and then it'd be 2 bandages, then 3 bandages, 4 bandages, like that. That's how I would do it in my mind if I was trying to develop that part of the game, is that let it be stackable totally in the thing, and then you just individually put them on, and then you have them. Like, you make your own stacks, if you will. You think in the future they could add some grenade launchers? Grenade launchers would be cool. I think that it would be pretty crazy. You know, we've started to see fire now, so like the Molotov cocktails could be a thing in the future. We do see them all over the map. Like there's images of them. If you think about Sawmill, like they have Molotov cocktails there. We do have an RPG, like the ammo for that, right? In the upstairs restaurant in the starter town. If you look on the wall in the closet, there is an RPG shell in there. So that could be a future thing. You know, those things could happen. You know, all of that stuff is definitely, there is potential for that. Yo, Grain Man coming in with the 5 months of subs, dude. What's up, brother? Thank you so much for the 5 months of subs. Appreciate the fiver. How you doing? Happy Tuesday. Or even if there's a time limit, like 15 minutes, you could go do a fob or cop. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I missed that. What doesn't make sense is not being able to use injectors if they are in your pockets or vest. Should be accessible the way on your quick menu. Wait, you can use injectors on your vest. If they're in your vest, injectors are there. Are you talking about using them on other people? Are you talking about using them on other people, like to bring them back? Oh, I would never put the case on my... Well, I guess the case isn't that expensive. It's like 5K, right? See, I put my injectors in my butt, in my case in my butt, and then I just pull them out of there when I need them. The only thing that I really like having on my body from a health standpoint is the whatever the new styrofoam thing is, you know, where you stop the bleeding. You know what I mean? You know what I am saying? All right. Hemostatic, there you go. Creedard's up to speed on what the hell I'm talking about. At least somebody knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, the injector case you should be able to use. That is definitely seems like a bug. Definitely seems like some sort of bug. Let's play some video games. Creed is here. Yeah, that it is weird that that injector doesn't go in the injector case, right? Although this is a lot of injectors to have. Like, arguably, this is like having an injector case on you. To me, like in your pocket, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Seeing as that's a lot of injectors. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of money in this case. So, like, even if it's, you know, it's like almost 10K plus the case. That's why I keep mine in the butt, so that we can just get it when we need it and not have to worry too much about what's there. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? All right, so we're plan today was to do some questing. I want to do first time quests. Got a first time cash report here, which is not as fun. Two over here. Maybe just go November 3.
Raven dispatched. Moving to base camp. Raven reporting. I'm on my way. ETA 30 seconds. Back to secondary cover west of Hotel 1. One team member down. T-back needed.
All right. Gray zone keys ready to go. I need to set this so that when gray zone opens, it automatically sets these. Was there an update? There was that last week there was an update. We're waiting on the next patch, which will include PvP updates. The next patch will have a lot of updates, actually. Oh, I forgot to take this thing off, damn it. The hemostatic syringe is a real thing. It's a syringe just from the name, but it's like a huge piston. So in my opinion, it's logical you can't put it in the case with small. That's fair. That's a fair. Yeah, I think the different gear colors and stuff like that could be a future update. I feel like that's an easy thing that Madfinger could do to add some variety when it comes to the gear. Technically, that kind of exists already because the boss's gear, each boss has a different color set of gear. So, like, you see this with, like, a lot of the M2 vests is they're different colors that the bosses have. So that's definitely something that they're doing. It's just not in like the full forced way that you're talking about. Yo, Pulpin, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Most of the injectors need to be refrigerated. Interesting, yeah. That would be interesting if they had like a lifespan in your pocket loose. Like if you didn't use them in enough time, they weren't as effective. That's interesting. My mind races when I think about what they could do with like the player hideout thing in the game. Could be really cool. Could be real cool, man. I don't want to get like too far in my head then, because then when it does come out and it's not what I wanted, then I'm like, oh man, it could have been cooler, you know, type of a thing. I think I need to do what I did when Tarkov announced it. I mean, they gave a lot more details about the hideout when Tarkov announced it, but I was like, yo, this sounds cool as shit. Like, this sounds really awesome. I'll believe it when I see it, is basically what I said. And then they did it, and I was like, yo, this is sick, right? Like, this is crazy. But, you know, well, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Approaching the LZ. 30 seconds. Spread out.
Read the descriptor of the injection case. A compact case designed for the safe transport of medical injectors. Its insulated walls help maintain an ideal internal temperature to preserve the substances inside. Interesting. I hope it likes being in my butt. First, we'll do that one, then we'll recon the farm. Yo, why are there so many dudes here? Oh, double the fun. Let's go. Nice little collateral on those last two guys there. Oh, shit. Looking for some documents, eh? Oh, I need this. I think we have the Fanny Paradise office key, but enough of them, you know? Oh, we're not even at the right place. We gotta keep going. We do have arsenal, so I could bring back this grease there. Yeah, you were right. It does say something about temperature. It'd be great if I could find this other grease and then carry them both back while I'm super heavy. Pretty sure we got both of them. The purse for your prison purse? Exactly, dude. Speaking of purses, there's one here. Found one of the cops, so I threw it in my locker, and now it won't get that mission again. Yeah. Okay, not what we needed, apparently. Personal item. We are now in the area for it, though. This phone. That phone's not any of these phones? What am I even looking for? To this place around the lagoon where they stored personal documentation of all the tourists after kidnapping. I just hope they're obviously oblivious to our investigation and aren't planning to close shop and move somewhere else. If that's the case, search the entire area carefully, focusing on any places that might pack the documents before leaving. Assuming this house is still in the mix over here. There's a box on the chair. Good call. Good call, dude. Just gotta make her ass all the way over to what you call it. Nice. Yeah, I'm hopeful that we see these PvP changes here within the next week or two. It would be great if that was the case. I'm hopeful that that's what's happening. I'm worried that it may be a little bit longer. Because why wouldn't you want to tie that to whenever the new Twitch drops are happening? Seems like a lot of players would come back for that. You know? Thing that I'm really worried about is I've got a pretty big event on campus towards the end of the month. And I'm really, really worried that drops are going to happen around the same time. They need to add a splash mechanic for falling in the water like that. Yep, there's going to be another Twitch Drops campaign. We don't have a date yet, but I'm thinking it's going to be end of June, which is not great for me personally, but it is what it is. I have a buddy who learned hard that it's not wise to enter the other faction. Yeah, you got to kill off all the guys first, man. And even then, once they start spawning again, they're going to come after you. Is this DayZ? No, this is Gray Zone Warfare. Gray Zone Warfare. Yo, Binary, what's up, dude? Yeah, so the compound will, which I feel like is a little OP now. I know why they did it in the beginning, because everyone was raiding the bases and it wasn't necessarily an intended thing to happen. But the fact that the AI sends mortars and multiple mortars anytime you fire a shot is kind of crazy.
I'm not sure what the he's all smiles, but I don't trust him. Yeah.
I feel like one mortar should suffice, you know, the fact that they send 3, kind of crazy. Okay, so next one man's trash. I gotta do turncoat. Sorry, sir. Sorry about that. All right, we'll head back there. But yeah, that's that's the thing that happened in the beginning, because in the very beginning of Gray Zone Warfare and the creator server, before the game technically even launched, that's what a bunch of people were doing. They were just going and raiding the bases of the other factions. Because it was something that you could do, and apparently, like, Mara stayed up all night coding the mortars to go off to try to get people to not do that, which is funny because in an open world game like this, it's kind of like you can do whatever you want. It's your own sandbox. Yes, there are other people in the sandbox, but you can kind of do whatever. But I think what happened is that it was ruining the experience for new players, that they were just in their cop or in their fob getting all dressed up and geared out, and then 4 or 5 dudes showed up and just wiped out the entire squad. Like the guy's like, I just got here. What happened? Like I haven't even done anything yet, you know? And so I get that part of it, like wanting to, you know, make sure that that experience isn't ruined, but you know, I think it was a little heavy-handed with the 3 freaking AI mortars in the area that you shot. So basically, when you go and raid a base, it's already a lost cause. You're gonna die. You're gonna lose your gear. They're gonna steal it. You're basically donating your gear to the other team if the team knows where you are, you know? But that being said, like, you take 1 shot, you've got to move. Maybe you can get 2 shots off, maybe 3 shots off if you're quick about it, but you got to move because there's going to be at least 3 mortars coming in on your location. And I don't even know if the mortars actually are random, or if it's that when the PMC guards see you, they call out that location and then it shoots more mortars. But on the many times that we've done it, it's always been like because we've shot and a couple of shots and then they shoot the mortars off. All right, well, that was quick. Come back here and do this guy. Knocking out some first time tasks. Girls just want to have fun. They just want to have fun. Game name, bro. Is it Gray Zone Warfare? It sure is, dude. And it's super dark. Dark in the jungle right now. I didn't bring a flashlight. There's a cache behind here. All right, we'll go to it. I don't want any of that junk. This game is so good and there's so much to come. When's the next patch? We don't know when the next patch is. But we do know that the next patch is going to contain some PvP changes that are going to be really interesting to see how they pan out, man. I'm really excited. I think like my first opinion of the patches are okay, cool, let's try it out, you know. I'm excited to play it. I'm excited to try it and see you know what that looks like in the game. Are there going to be flaws with it? Potentially. We'll have to wait and see. But I am very excited to get into the update and see what we have in store, man, to be honest. I do think that this is the right step forward when it comes to the patch, you know, patches and PvP and how that gameplay is playing out. So I'm excited to see, but I also know that I want to experience it first before I really like be like, oh, hey, this is good, this is bad, you know, whatever. But so we don't know when that's happening yet. My anticipation is it's going to be the end of the month, or my speculation is it's going to be the end of the month. We do now know that it is confirmed that 0.5 will be launching at the end of the year, and will contain crafting. So that will be exciting. We don't know if it will contain the hideout yet or not, but we do know that it will contain crafting.
Balls.
Balls. Is this PvP? It is. I can't play Gray Zone anymore. I got an internal storage error after the last update. I have plenty of space on my PC. Have you tried to check the integrity of your files? You know that option on Steam? You're gonna download. You're gonna get a new PC and download it again. I mean, that's one option. Hell yeah, dude. Hopefully, get a better PC than you had before. Where is Vulture now? Vulture is, where did we find him yesterday? If you go to our website, whereisvulture.com, it will tell you exactly where he's at. I honestly am blanking. Westmore and Titan. Pretty sure that's the location. Pretty sure that's where he's at. But yeah, whereisvulture.com will give you the answers as well. Have you tried uninstalling and reinstalling it? Because that could potentially be it. Maybe switch the drive that you have it on. If you have more than one drive. Oh, dang, yeah, your new PC will be great then, man. Congrats on getting a new PC, dude. That's awesome. We're in the process of building a new gaming PC. I'm real excited. We've partnered with Corsair to build out a new gaming PC. So we're just waiting on a couple more parts, and then we're going to do a stream where we build it all together and, you know, do it to it, man. I'm really excited. We've already got some of the parts here. Oh. It's the power source right here. The RM1000X from Corsair. Exclamation point Corsair in chat. Corsair in chat will get you a link to my page on Corsair, where if you want to purchase some stuff, you got it right there. Right in the spot. Oh, shit. How many fucking bullets, bro? Damn, that shotgun guy got me, huh? What? They're sending me all the way back? You mother... That's... I hate that they did that. I hate that they put me this close to this next one. And then they're sending me all the way back, dude. That's such a dick move. Every time I line up a headshot on the AI, they move, dude. I know. It's like they know. It's like they know. The woman is right there. Is she at the building that I'm at? I thought she'd be over here. I mean, I guess I could just go do this one real quick while we do it. You're right. Instead of running back to finish that one and then come back here and get this one, let's go over to the fishing thing. Oh, it was there from the start. I missed it. I thought I did. I thought I got that one. User error then. think I found the woman. You wanna know what I would really like to see in this game in the future? Is like an actually alive person that I can talk to, you know? Like, we should definitely have Lab Rat and Artisan be on like close watch, man, because every single one of their friends is dead. Like, that's what this game should be called. All my friends are dead. Like, every single one, we go out and they do something. They go, hey, you need to go find my friend, my family, my lover, my whoever. And they're all dead. Every single fucking one of them, bro. Every last one of them is dead. It's very depressing, honestly. Like an escort task, absolutely. Like, have a little NPC follow you around, dude. Like, the funniest part is in 0.2, when that launched, you remember it was nighttime, and the domesticated rat task, you're supposed to go and meet someone at that shack. So, like, the very first time we did that task, we walked over, and I thought, like, we were gonna talk to one of the enemies, and they were going to talk to us about them flipping sides or whatever. They were going to be our little rat. They're going to be our informant. And so I walked up to the enemy AI, and they just started shooting me. I was like, yo, I thought we were supposed to talk. What happened? And I did this for an hour until I realized, like, oh, there's a note on the wall. And then, like, I looked at the note, and then we ran over to the other shack. I'm like, oh, this guy's dead. Like, of course he is. Of course he's dead. Why would he not be dead? I would just love, like, a task where you actually meet someone else that's alive still, and they're like, oh my god, this is what's going on. These guys came in and they killed my family. I need to go get them. Then you, like, go hunt down those guys. Or, you do escort these people to safety. Like, those things that would be a cool mission to do. It would be very problematic, though, in PvP. Because let's say that you're, like, escorting three NPC characters, and you run into another team and you start fighting, and they just absolutely kill your NPCs, dude. That would be tragic, dude. It would be very fun, though. Like, that type of mission would be very fun, though. The level of trolling that could happen, and I don't even know if I call it trolling. That would just probably be griefing. You just go hang out by that mission and wait. People get picking up, be like, pop, 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 pop. All your friends are dead. Oh man. Yeah, I mean there would have to be some if you kill a civilian, there would have to be some sort of repercussion, right? There'd have to be some sort of repercussion. I'm still stuck on the escort idea at Midnight Sapphire with the helipad. I think that there's several places on the map that have helipads. Now, the Midnight Sapphire roof is one of them. The new LLA base, is that what it is? The place that we originally got tripped up with the trip mine. Where is it? This place? There's a helipad right here, which is awfully close to Mike 1, but I feel like, again, it would be super cool. Both this and at the hotel, like if you could exfil from this point, but it would throw up an alarm. You know, a bunch of AI would spawn and push the roof. Like, I just feel like that would be such a cool experience. Be such a cool experience. Ah, first time task. What do you know? Is this AR build from the buy the most expensive part? No, this is something that I took off somebody somewhere. They had this gun, I killed them, and I took it, and then I just threw it in my stash. Yeah, man. Q Streams, what's up, man? I agree. It would be great to know the amount of cheaters banned. Unfortunately, I don't think they're gonna do that. Some of these cheaters, they specifically want those things because they get banned, their name gets recognition, and then they get another account and they come back and do it again. I don't think that the devs are... I don't want to speak for the devs in this case, but based off of the conversations that I've had and that they've publicly shared on live streams, that they're not going to get too much into the weeds when it comes to publicly, calling out cheaters or that. They don't like to talk about their anti-cheat stuff to give fuel to the fire, if you will. Which is, everyone's got their own way about it. Obviously, there's, Tarkov publishes the ban list of all the people that they ban, which it's insane. There's a lot of them. You know what I mean? Like, they ban a lot of cheaters, and that's great, but also not great because I feel like well, how are you continuing to let this many people in the game that are cheating? It would be nice to know. It would be nice to have that to know and see that, hey, they finally banned this guy, right? That's been plaguing the servers with it. Oh shit. Oh shit, Bennett. Oh shit, Bennett. Not like this. Not like this. We almost died, dude. We almost died, dude. Ah, it's just a flesh wound. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool to have that secret room be like the thing that starts it. I don't know. Maybe that's a future thing. Maybe they'll add that in the future. I don't know. I would like to see it. I would like to see it, dude. I suppose it seems like every day we see new accounts and reporting them doesn't seem to do much. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with you, man. I think they have a major cheating problem at the moment. And I think that there does need to be some sort of communication on it. At least what they're gonna do. Like that I think is the important part, is like saying, hey, we realize that we are seeing an influx of accounts that are cheating. I just think that we've got to understand that while that sucks, it absolutely sucks. I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think that they are going to put all of their resources into that just yet. And the reason for that is because I think that while this game is still in early access, they don't want to give too much away when it comes to what the anti-cheat process is like. Because the more that they do that, the more they put forward, the more time the developers of these cheats are going to have to figure out what it is that they're doing. You know what I mean? And then they'll be able to work on bringing their next cheats online, right? Like, and I think this is such a two-sided coin because it's like half of it's like, well, if they don't do anything about the fucking cheaters, they're gonna lose all the players, right? Valid, very valid argument, and I agree. I just think that they need to start at least giving some sort of acknowledgement, because I think this goes a long way, right? If I report this guy that I think, like yesterday, for example, I report this guy that I think was cheating, right? And I'm like, there's no way that this guy could have killed me from these places, whatever the instance was, but I reported him from cheating. And then when I log on today, if I would have got a message from Madfinger, they have the channel, right? Not the field menu, Bennett. They have the channel. So if we go into our messages, somewhere in here, headquarters, message from headquarters. This is Madfinger. This is a channel that they could use to say, we appreciate the report. Action has been taken against that account. Now, they're probably not going to give you the name, but like just the acknowledgement that I submitted a thing and something happened because of it, this person was banned because of it, would go a long way. Absolutely a long way in this game. And I really feel like it's a thing that they could, I don't know how easily it would take to implement something like that, but I feel like that is an easy way to gain some mutual, like, I don't know, respect or whatever from the community, is that, hey, this guy, I keep reporting this fucking guy for cheating, what I think is cheating, and who knows, I get killed by him again in a week, you know, like, at least some acknowledgement that, hey, we got your report and we did identify someone that was cheating based on your report. Thank you for keeping the community safe, whatever, you know. That's all it would need, and that would go such a long way in the fight right now with the cheating, because it is a problem right now, right? It is a problem. So I think that those things need to happen. Where's this other guy? Oh. I think those things would need to happen to continue to, you know, keep the player a little happy, right? They talked about private servers and mods early in the latest stream. I didn't see the beginning of the stream. I was a little bit late to it, so I'll have to go back and watch that first part. But I don't remember what they talked about specifically. Hey, I saw your video about the DDM4 learning book thing in Fort Nail. Is it still available? You mean the range and rifle blueprint magazine? Yeah, that's still available. As long as you haven't died with it, if you die with it, you have to do some of the missions and contracts in the area around it in order for it to respawn. They like basically like, oh, if you die with it, like you have to gather some more intel by completing those missions. They would have to deal with the new team to deal with all of the accusations. You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that. That is true. There are a lot of accusations of people cheating. Absolutely. Now, are there ways that you could cheat in the game that are not necessarily like technical? Yeah, there are, and it's unfortunate that people do that. I'd still consider that cheating. You know what I mean? I'd still consider that cheating. If you have a buddy that's in a different faction, that's a flyaway from what, Lima? No, India. If you have a buddy in a different faction that's calling out like locations to you while you're in your faction, you're cheating, dude. Like you're a cheater. That's just plain and simple. If you are doing something and using something that gives you an advantage over other players in the game, you are cheating. It's the same thing with stream sniping. You know where I'm at. You have an advantage. You are cheating. That is considered cheating. You're using something outside of the game to give you a advantage over other players. You are a cheater. Plain and simple. All right, where are we here? Wasn't by the rock. Usually with these caches, they're near something that's not, they're near something that's not like normal. Like this giant rock isn't normal, so usually the cache would be around here. But it's not. The other thing that's not really normal is this giant ass tree, but this is almost outside of the circle. Where are you damn cache? Oh. Here's another thing that's not normal, this sand pile. How did I miss it? I don't know. Yeah, man, I'm happy to talk about the topic, dude. I really am. Like, it's. If you said there's not a cheating problem in the game, you're lying. Like, there is clearly a cheating problem in the game. Whether that's actual hacks, stream sniping, or the radar, all of it's cheating. It's all cheating. Like, again, if you have an advantage over another player because of something outside of you playing the game and looking at your screen, then you are cheating. Like, it's just plain and simple. And the game has a problem with it. And so whether it's these, diet cheaters that are using the radar, if you will, they're all cheating. If you're playing with other people that are cheating and you know they're cheating, you're a fucking cheater too. Like you are in that company, man. You are in the company. You should be holding the people that are cheating that you know. If you know someone is cheating, you should absolutely be reporting them and holding them accountable because they are ruining the fucking game. They are ruining the game. And if you're benefiting by them ruining the game, if they're giving you money, if you're playing with them and they're calling out where players are, you are guilty. You are guilty of fucking cheating too, man. Like, don't condone that shit, man. Fucking report them. Get them the fuck out of there. Get them to admit it on video. You know, just they don't know you're recording. Just start talking about it. Yo, I noticed that you always know where they are. You got hacks? Oh yeah, cool. Where'd you get them? Like, get them on fucking video saying it, dude. Then put it in the fucking Discord. Get them out of here, bro. You know, like that. We gotta get rid of that shit, bro. I still don't understand why someone would cheat in the game. I can't tell you, man, either, man. I just think that they've got bigger issues somewhere along the line, man, that they need to feel this whatever, you know? I don't know, man. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer that at the end you can't loot those caches, man. Kind of wish you could, honestly. I think it would be cool if you could. A lot of good loot there. Yeah, absolutely guilty by association, man. 100%, dude. And if you are like, and if that person gets banned, and you frequent like if they can look at your squads and see who's playing, how much time you're playing with these people, get them out of here too, man. Absolutely, 100%. Get rid of them. Do I ever get a response to why we're glitching the other day? Yes, and this is like the caveat to the whole thing that Scruffy McGruff said was like it's got to, you'd have to have a whole team to go through just all of the accusations, right? And that's a big part of what that team does currently is they go through all of the false reports, because there are sometimes you just die. Sometimes they saw you and you die. And we've been on both sides of that. We've been on the receiving end of that and died a ton and been like, yo, what the fuck? That's sus, right? But in reality, like, we walked across an open field and then bam, got shot because there was a guy over here and he saw us. You know, like, a lot of the times, most of the time, they're not cheating. But there are cheaters. There are people that are blatantly cheating, and it goes across it. And then to add on top of that, if you were here last week, we joined a new server. We teamed up with Pulpin. We went to push a cop. The players there were spraying, looking for pings, I guess. It was also very sus because they like one-shot Pulpin from an insane distance away. And then for whatever reason, I like disconnected and reconnected to the game. I was also dehydrated. I don't really understand what combination of things happened, but essentially I got God mode, right? I was just invincible to all of the players. They could see me, but they couldn't do damage to me. And I went in and I killed them all. I killed like 7 players at the cop, took it over. It was insane. And then some guy came back and was like, yo, you're fucking cheating. I'm like, I am not cheating. Why would I be cheating? And they're like, I clearly had you. You're fucking cheating. I definitely shot you and you didn't take damage. I'm like, all right, hold on. And we called like a ceasefire, and I walked over and I let him shoot me. And I didn't take any damage. And I was like, what? What's happening? Like, I was just like, my first thought in my head was like, did they implement the thing where, if you remember back in the day, Call of Duty did a thing if you got caught cheating, instead of banning you from the game, they just took away your ability to do damage. So I'm like, oh, are you cheating because you can't do that? Like, you're not giving damage? Like, it was so fucking weird. And as it turns out, there's a bug currently in the game that under a certain circumstances of events gives you basically God mode. And it was just like, what the fuck is happening, dude? And I was just like, what is even going on here? How is this a thing? So basically, right after that stream, I went in to all of the dev channels that I'm a part of, and I said, hey, I have a serious problem. This is what happened. I sent them a link to the VOD and the highlight of the video, specifically what was going on. Then went down and pulled my logs from the game, sent those to the devs, and they're like, hey, we know this. We know this is a current known issue that's supposed to be patched in the update that's coming, or in a patch that's coming. So the next patch is supposed to have an update for it. But that right there presents a huge problem. The fact that there's unfortunately, a bug in the game right now where you could just be invincible and not have any issue walking around just killing people left and right and not taking any damage. Now, how you recreate that bug, I have no fucking clue, but it is something that happens, dude. I don't know who the fuck this guy is, but he's getting a timeout. But yeah, that's what happens. So at this point in time, man, it's not gonna, you know, we don't know what's happening. Am I gonna hit every fucking bar? I'm gonna hit every metal fucking fence line, dude. It's interesting you can climb over these poles, but the ones in Tiger Bay you can't. Yeah, so I mean, after the fact, I'm very glad that they were aware of it and that it wasn't a thing that was like brand new. Like, no, we're aware. Unfortunately, this is a thing that we're currently tracking, and there's a fix already in the works. So like that news was good, really good news to hear, because it was definitely sus, you know. And the funny part is, like, even Weary was like, yeah, we did get a report about you, quote, cheating. I've already messaged them and let them know that you in fact weren't. We looked at all of the stuff. Like, I pulled up my task manager on stream. I'm like, I'm definitely not cheating, dude. Like, there's no why would I stream and cheat at the same time? That seems really stupid. And B, I'm a community leader of the game. I advocate for the good of the game. I want the game to be good. I want this game to be successful. Why would I do that? So it was funny that someone had reported me. Where's that other grease? I need another grease here, guys. I need another grease. Yeah, it could have been a desync. It could have been like coming off the chopper. I had desync on it. I don't know. I just remember being in the fight, going up the stairs, and seeing the going offline, coming back online, reconnect thing. I was also dehydrated. I don't really know. Stanky, you only got timed out. You're spamming the chat with a bunch of weird shit. I don't even know what you're talking about. So you're just gonna take a little time out, and in like a couple minutes you'll be able to chat again. We're not here to spam a bunch of nonsense in the chat. You know, we're having a conversation. If you don't want to be a part of the conversation,
ain't nothing bad gonna happen today.
That's very cool, and you're more than welcome to not say anything or watch something else. But if we're just gonna spam a bunch of nonsense in the chat, we're not gonna have the ability to chat. You know what I mean? The Star Citizen player, games in alpha, bugs like that can be a pain, but just hope it's fixed soon. And that's what I'm talking about, man. That's like what I'm saying here is that part of the journey of this game in early access is going to be dealing with those things. It's going to be dealing with those bugs. I think we have to go over here. Yep. It's going to be dealing with those bugs. It's going to be dealing with cheaters. It's going to be dealing with all of that. Like, I know that this is not the greatest of takes, but as a game in early access, pre-alpha early access, we are glorified testers of the game. You know, we paid to test this game in the long run of things. Like, you got to always remember that is the purpose of us having access and being able to play the game, is we are glorified testers. And that does mean that we're testing all systems, including the anti-cheat, right? Like, and the anti-cheat is dog shit right now, but hopefully with our sacrifice of our gear and lives, it's going to get better over time. And they're going to be able to do and build and get to a point where they're going to be able to zap cheaters right away and it not really have any effect on the game. We'll have to wait and see as this game progresses and it continues to update. But I mean, that is part of it, dude. Like again, I know that's not the greatest of takes, but you know, we are testing this game, dude. That is part of what's happening here. Price varies on what packages you buy. Yes, if you are trying to save some money, I highly recommend buying the game from the Gray Zone Warfare website. And then if you use our creator code, which is Dammit Bennett, you will save some money on the game. Currently, to my understanding, that is the only discount available right now, is the creator code discount. So if you want to save some money and you do not own the version of the game yet, buying it directly from Gray Zone not only helps out Gray Zone because they don't have to pay all like the Steam fees and shit, but you also help me out by buying it using my creator code. So I'd appreciate that. But that is only available for first-time buyers. If you're trying to upgrade your game, you have to buy it through Steam. You know, we have Star Citizen. We thought about reinstalling it the other day because I know it's gotten a bunch of updates. Who the hell just yelled at me? How did I not see you? How did I not see you on the dock? Did I like just look past him? Was he behind the pole? What just happened there? The Gray Zone site is new. The creator code is a newer thing, which is awesome. I'm so stoked that they're doing it and that they invited me to the whole thing, which is sick, dude. I'm thrilled to be part of their creator program, but it is a newer thing. So that happened in this update. So 0.4 is when that thing started. And it technically didn't start till after the big Steam sale. So once the Steam sale was over, that's when this website purchased. And basically, you're just buying a Steam key. So they give you a key from the Madfinger site, and then you just use that key to install, like, claim a product on Steam or whatever. Unknown. Oh, you probably had to jump through the window or something, eh? Oh, no. Just a locked door. Terrible guard out there, not hearing these gunshots. I heard a streamer say they're putting canted sights in the game. They are eventually putting canted sights in the game. They did talk about it a little bit on the live stream. They did not give a date. They did not give any much other information on it, other than that someone is working on it, and that's about it. Like, that's about it. Right now, this is as much as we get. I think that they have to change this even more, because this is I feel like they'd even need to go further with it when it comes to like the angle of canting. But yeah, they are working on it. It is a thing that they've talked about. We're just kind of waiting on when we're gonna see it. Maybe 0.5, maybe 0.6. I'm not sure. I have not seen anything or heard anything about cheaters using grenades as heat-seeking missiles. But if they are cheating, I would imagine that in that software exists the ability to lock on to people. And so if they throw a grenade at you and it locks on, it will just fall at your feet and kill you. I don't know if that's an option, but that sounds like it could be. I mean, these cheats have you know, aim hacks and aimbot or whatever. So I mean, it's definitely a possibility, man. All right, what am I actually doing in this task here? Investigate the boat rental site and gather info about the current state. I could have swore I've done this task before. My buddy got mopped in PvP the other day. Tried holding it down while we went AFK. Oh no. Best loop for Vulture to rank him up. So how I did it is in my inventory, in my stash, I bought a bunch of the bags, the giant bags that Artisan sells, the yellow ones or the orange ones. And I put 2 of those in each of my large containers, my gear containers. And then I would just go, and I did this on PvE because I was at a hotel. I was streaming while we were traveling for work. And I went and I was playing on PvE anyways, so I just like took advantage of the situation and just basically muled a bunch of high value loot from all of the tier 3 areas, and then I would put that loot in those bags in the gear containers. And essentially, once I filled up all of those bags with loot, I would then find my way to wherever Vulture was, and then just literally sell him all of that stuff at the same time. And at that point, after, you know, a couple days of doing that, I was able to get Vulture up to level 4 and buy all of his safes. Now, what I do is I have 2 of the large safes and 1 of the small safes, and basically I always keep 1 of the large safes full of gear, of loot, so that if I'm really down and out on my luck, and I can just come in and sell that, and then you know, I'll sell the other safe or whatever. But at least I have my backup loot pile to make some money real quick if I need it. If you and your friends have a clip of it, man, you should definitely report it online. Like, go into the Discord and report and share that clip and fill out the report form about whoever was doing it to you, man. If you have video evidence of them launching 1 million grenades at you, dude, like, it's definitely worth reporting. What am I fucking doing here? What else? Is there stuff in here? Two world wars. See if we can jump over the wall. Oh, I probably kicked this door in. I'm an idiot. Vow is smart, Bennett. Alright, still no, like, documents on the boat. Get out of this place, gather information you can, report back to me, and you'll do great. Investigate the boat rental site and gather info about its current state. Locate the boat repair operations. Checked out one of the workshops, several boats being repaired, engines stripped down and rebuilt. There's also a stockpile of supplies nearby, fuel cans, food crates, water, tools. Looks like they're getting ready for a long trip. Interesting, you don't fix boats and hoard supplies like that unless you're planning to go somewhere and not come back anytime soon. Are those poor bastards just really trying to run? Doesn't really give me any information on... Doesn't really give me any information on anything. Maybe I missed something. Look at the board with the pictures in the restaurant. Did I miss that? Was there a board with pictures? What is the name of the game? It's called Gray Zone Warfare. We already went in the huts. Oh my God, Bennett. What the fuck was that, dude? What the fuck was that? God. What graphics card am I running? I have a 4090. Ah. There we go. You were right. It was here. Yeah, it wasn't in the faction chat. It's like they sent it and deleted their message. Yeah, I got a screenshot. I've already reported it. It's already on the dev stands. All right, task. All right, retrieve the intel and report back. Locate pertinent intel. So I guess this is now in the little huts over here. Okay. So we gotta hand that over. Yeah, no, I got the name. We're good. We're good. Watch for the tripwire. We got it. 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 All right. But yeah, anyways, before we were interrupted. But yeah, I'm running a 4090. We're not gonna get a new. There's no point to buy a new graphics card for me right now at this point, with the 4090 being basically equivalent to like a 5080. So it's kind of like I don't see the point in, unless we're gonna buy a 5090, which is gonna be like a $3,000 investment. I don't really feel like doing that. So we're just gonna basically take this when we build the new PC with the Corsair stuff. We're just gonna take the 4090 out of our current gaming PC and chuck it in the new one. What are my in-game settings? If you type in !! settings in chat, you will get the settings. It's currently what we're running. So yeah, here's my two safes. This one's already full. This one's getting there. We're working on it. All right, let's turn in our grease. Oh, I forgot I need disinfectants as well. Man, we need the cylinders. We don't have any of those. Oh shit, we were supposed to do this too. Retrieve the valuables from the boat rental and report back to Vulture. Okay, first off, this is the craziest thing. He talks so weird, dude. That man you shot, he carried a special gun, very fine pistol. I can add to my inventory, but first, you work for me. My collector saw Sifa Syndicate, butchers carrying briefcase, meeting, exchange notes, codes in my territory. I do not tolerate that. Fanny, Paradise, Canuck car rental repair or car repair. Go there, find the notes, find the briefcase, bring it to me. He says Fanny's Paradise, the car repair, but then it tells me find the valuables in the boat rental. Is that not this boat rental? Is there another boat rental? Is there another boat rental over here? What's coming in 0.5? All we know that is confirmed so far is crafting. Yeah, so that's I kind of run the similar thing with the safes. So this safe is always full. I always try to keep one safe full that I just don't sell, and I just have a bunch of high value loot in here. Unless there's something that I need desperately for like a long-term task, I'm not going to use it. And then this one I just fill up, and then once this one's full, I sell this one, and then I just use this guy for my money. So I just put the money in here. Which technically you could just put the tack wallet and whatever and put, you know, if I actually run out of room in both, I put them in both, but. Is it me or does he talk like Trump? What the fuck? What? I don't talk like Trump, dude. It's in a case hidden under the stove at the boat rental. Okay, well, we're gonna have to go get that then. You're basically the Elon Musk of Gray Zone. I don't like that either, man. Fuck both those guys, dude. Oh, okay. I misunderstood. It's Vulture that was talking. Vulture. I thought you were saying that I talk like that, dude. What the fuck? There's plenty of other people that are way more rich than I am, dude. There's definitely other players that have like 14 mil. I don't play, so I only play this game when we stream, guys. I hope you know that. I don't really play Gray Zone offline. I look at this as an experience that we share together as a chat. So I don't really play Gray Zone offline. I'm not like grinding at home after work all hours of the night, you know what I mean? $16 mil for you currently, Nate? See, exactly. I'm not even at $1 mil anymore. I'm at like 900 or 600 or something like that. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the big problem right now is that, where is this briefcase again, chat? Somewhere over here? That's kind of the big problem right now is all the tier 3 spots are usually looted and it's hard to find anything. Which does suck. I think that if you can go on a server far away, you're gonna have a better chance of finding like a more empty server. Oh, I see it. It's on the ground. How did I miss that? The game is called Gray Zone Warfare. It's on PC. It's on Steam, early access. But yeah, the tier 3 zones are always usually overrun. Obviously, if you can go and find a empty server, you're in luck. If you ever get on a server and there's no cops captured, you are on a brand new server. And at that point, throw your bag on and go and loot those tier 3 areas as much as possible. The other day, we found a server, and it was literally a brand new server. There were 0 cops. There was 0 cops that were captured, and there was me and 2 other people on them. And one of them was in Midnight Sapphire. The other one was in Fort Nerith. And we said, all right, well, we're gonna go to Tiger Bay. And we just sat there for a good 2.5 hours, just looting back and forth from Tiger Bay. And after that time, when I looked at the map, there still was no other cops taken by another faction, which just meant that like we somehow got on a Crimson Shield exclusive server for whatever reason. DW dropping the gift sub, dude. Total gift subs, 84 gift subs. DW, thank you for the gift sub. Man, if you guys got a gift sub, grumble. Got that gift sub, make sure to say thank you to DW, man. Yeah, clearly there's a problem with cheating in the game, man. It is very unfortunate because it's only going to ruin the game unless they do something about it. I'm hopeful that we get something soon, dude. Hey, look at that. We did it. We did it. Get enough drinks. You were in like a 3-minute. Sometimes it happens where it's just like nobody else comes to it, and in those cases, man, take advantage of it, dude. Like if you're on an empty server and there's no one else there, dude, put on the big ass backpack, go loot all the stuff, dude. Like the funny part is like we were like looking for PvP. And went on that server, and when it was empty, we're like, "Well, change of plans. We're going here now." Let's hope they don't add magic spells, magical spells, or colorful weapons. Listen, they asked me about custom skins and stuff in the game, the things that I would like to see, and you bet your ass I asked for a pink ass weapon, dude. You bet your ass I was like, "Give me the pinkest, brightest pink weapon ever." I would rock that shit every day, dude. Give me some pink ass weapons and then like some dances, some dance emotes. Let me do some spins and shit, dude.
Ready up, we're taking off.
Funny part is I'm not kidding. They actually did it. I actually did say that. They got a good laugh out of it. I would rock that though, man. It would piss so many people off, dude. It would piss so many people off, dude. I'm gonna need some cat ears for my helmet, please. They make pink guns, dude. It's not outside the realm of realistic possibilities. You know what I mean? They're not gonna do it though. They're not gonna do that. Trust me. It was funny, but so many people will be so triggered. No, we do share all LZs. There's only 4 LZs that you can not capture. That other teams can't capture. Basically, each faction has 4 LZs that are not capturable. That makes sense. So for us, for Crimson Shield, No one can get Charlie 1, Charlie 2, Charlie 3, and Romeo 1. As well, Quebec 1 may also be, maybe it's 5. Is it 5 now? I can't remember. No, you can get Quebec 1 and 3, right? Because we can get, maybe not. Maybe Quebec 1 and 3 are also, no, I think you can get Quebec. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, those are normal. You can get those. Although Quebec is so fucking close. How do we not have a closer one to them? Shouldn't we have one right here then? Shouldn't we have one right there? There is not a female operator. They do say that it is coming eventually, but basically what they have said that it is they have to redo all animations and character models for that to be a thing. And they want to do it right, is I think the most important part of that conversation, is that they don't want to just like make a female character and it not be accurate. You know what I mean? And I can respect that. I can respect that. I do think it's important. It's an important piece of the conversation. The inclusion of that is a good thing. It's not going to hurt anybody by including that, you know? And if it does, then, you know, you've got a bigger problem, I think. Usually there's some guys at the front here. Find out what happened. I don't think I have this key on me. What the hell? Where the fuck was this other guy that just went? The Rockin' Bone. I did read that the new COD isn't going to have all the stupid skins. Yeah, that I also read that, and I hope that that's the case, man. I would love to see them go back to the basics. I think they learned a lot from the Battlefield release. The problem is it's going to be Warzone. It's going to be Warzone that's going to do it. It's going to be the free-to-play game that's going to do it, not the Call of Duty game. It will be weird. I don't know. Wonder if you'll be able to change your PMC looks. I think that it won't matter if there's new looks that they give. It will be in a major update, so you have to rebuild your character anyways. So I feel like if there is a new feature, new operator to choose from, everyone will be able to choose it. And versus like going to like it's GTA and you go to the barber to get a new haircut, you know. think this is an AI walking around. See. Yeah, I would rock a lady. So it's a bit like Tarkov. It's similar to Tarkov in the sense that you know, it's got extraction shooter core at its core. It's an FPS game. There's missions. There's vendors. But the real big difference is the open world map. The fact that you have a faction. That other players, other friendlies are there. I do not have this key on me. That sucks. So there are similarities, obviously. Kill a dude over here? Like if there's anybody at Warden, they're gonna come here soon. The fact that they haven't come yet makes me feel like there's no one there. We need repellent, or do we need something else? I can't remember what we need. Didn't happen to give a guy a random rifle yesterday. No, I didn't. I don't think so. Yo, touch shift, good morning, man. I have not tried Road to Vostok yet. It's a single player game, right? What game is this? It's called Gray Zone Warfare. Man, I was not paying attention. I was reading Discord message. Yeah, it's only single player. Only one developer made the game, and I think it's a great game. Yeah, I have interest in it. I just have not. I've not put some time into that. You know, the question always is whether or not people want to watch it. You know, some people like single player games have historically not done the greatest on my channel. And I think part of that is because most people, they want to experience the story of a single player game themselves. Most people, right? So like, I understand that. So like when games like Uncharted or God of War came out, or even like GTA back in the day, when that story came out, I wasn't necessarily streaming GTA at the time, but I kind of referencing it. A lot of people want to experience the story for themselves, right? They want to play through it. And I get that because I'm the same way. If I have a friend that I like watching their streams and they're playing a game that I'm also playing and they're playing the story part of it, I don't necessarily want to watch that because I want to experience that for myself. Oh shit. Just kidding. I'm kidding. So like that's a big part of why I personally think they have not. Come on, what do we do to the windows now that we can't jump through them? I think that's a big part of why historically they've not done great on the channel is simply because of those things. Like most people want to play it for themselves. But I wouldn't necessarily be against. Against doing a stream of that, you know? Oh, I passed it. I went past it. Well, while we're here. We're here. We should look for that key for that room. Rocket League. I have given away guns before to people, just not yesterday. Just not yesterday. It was probably Pulpin. Pulpin probably gave something away. Giving that guy so many chances. Oh my god, right as I'm about to shoot, I frickin' lose my breath. Jeebus. You had some click moments last night, dude. We all do. We all do. Right, what am I doing over here? Oh, I'm finding this chick. What do you know? Lab Rat's friend was dead. Again. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to do. I really would like for them to add in the ability to double tap the item to use it while you're out in the world. That would be great. Thank you. Yeah, they need this. They need the stamina. I hope we get some sort of stamina changes in the next update. Like, I don't think that they'll be doing. If they're doing crafting as like the big thing next update, I doubt that they're gonna bring in another big component like skills, because it sounds like maybe hideout / crafting is the big thing coming in 0.5. So that skills wouldn't be until 0.6. But I really do hope they bring some sort of crafting, or not crafting, some sort of stamina when it comes to the game, because like right now the stamina is pretty cumbersome. It doesn't feel great. I think specifically from a tactical sprint standpoint, there's nothing that feels worse than jumping off a chopper, getting shot at, using the tactical sprint to just try to get out of there, and then running out of it because you're either heavy or whatever, and then you are just literally walking. Like you're out of stamina completely, so you're just walking. I feel like if you looked at the little guy in the top left-hand corner and you see how he's got one bar on each side, I feel like there should be a second bar on the right side of the little guy, and that is your tactical sprint. And it doesn't have to be overpowered or crazy, but you should be able to sprint, get out of a situation, and then not just start walking like this when you're clearly not in cover. You know, like, it doesn't make sense to me that you use all of your ability to run. And there can be some balance here that they could add, but I just feel like having two things where once the tactical sprint runs out, you know, you would still have this sprint to get to a safe spot, right? Because most of the LZs, by the time that you hit that tactical sprint and use it all, you're still out in the open. And if you're getting LZ camped, or if there's someone that's catching the next chopper coming in that's shooting at you, you're just kind of screwed, man. So it's just like, I would love to see like a tactical sprint get its own bar of stamina and balance that however you need to, but that it not deplete your overall stamina, right? This place is such a dystopian nightmare. Drugs, human trafficking, kidnapping, human rights violations, to name a few. Dude, I mean, look at the fucking world we're living in right now, man. It's not that far off, bro. It's not that far off. We live in terrible times, man. Namhod coming with the Prime sub. Thank you for the Prime sub, dude. Appreciate that. No, it's basically everywhere, dude. You know? It's basically everywhere. It's basically Florida, where I fucking live. All right, are we gonna engage this? I feel like we should. I've been shooting over here for a while and haven't really heard anything, so I feel like... Stupid plant is in my face. Landing in my shots. What's my favorite ugly gun build? I don't know, man. I think, what was that one that we had the other day that was kind of goofy looking? We had one a while ago. I think we took it off somebody, though. Wasn't actually our build. How do I feel about this game? I love this game, man. I think this game's great. Pro is that it's a lot of fun. I love the shooting mechanics. I like, there's so much good parts of the game. Cons, it's early access. It's not finished yet, so you're gonna deal with everything that comes with that territory. Pros, the game looks insanely beautiful, dude. Like this, like going to other games after playing this one is kind of like, what the hell is this? You know, like we loaded up Tarkov the other day when they updated it, and we were like, what the fuck, bro? This looks like shit. Cons, there is a cheating problem in the game currently. So there's that. There's currently a cheating problem in the game. So that's big con. This doesn't bother me that much, but it does bother some people that because it's early access, there's going to be a lot of wipes. So every time there's a new major update, they wipe your progress and character. Again, that doesn't really bother me, but it does bother some people. It's real fun. They have a PvE mode and a PvP mode, so you can kind of play on both, depending on your play style. Right now, you can go cross between both of those. You can kind of list that as a pro or a con, depending upon where you stand in the argument. There's conversation right now about the fact that some people think that the PvE side of the game should be its own thing, and that you shouldn't be able to play and load up and gear up on PvE and then come over to the PvP side and, you know, either slay or lose all your gear. I think for the longevity of the mode, that makes sense to me. That, you know, looting up and getting rich on PvE and then coming over here with no cares, no worries about the gear that you just secured is a flaw in the game, and that creates an unrealistic environment. And so if you could keep these two modes separate in a way that doesn't completely punish you coming back and forth, I think would be ideal. The way that I have proposed it when I gave my feedback on the topic to the developers was that if each mode was kind of its own thing with your stash, that you basically it's disinfectants, not bug spray, that you could basically level up your character, and that crosses over to each side. So missions, vendors, all of that could be the same, but money and actual inventory in your stash is separate to the modes. So if I have 700k on this account and I haven't played any PvE yet, and I loaded up the PvE account, I would just have my starter stuff in there, my supporter edition gear would be all there, and my money would be at whatever you start with once, you know, you wipe the game. Again, that's my opinion. Not everyone's going to have that same opinion. There is passionate argument on both sides of the coin here, But right now you can cross over. So pro or con, you know, there's that. Some people, I get that there's some people that don't have enough time to play the game to continually wipe and have to start over from scratch. I know that there's some people that are playing the game that when it gets to, like, let's say this update's going to come out in November. It's November 1st and they still haven't gotten to all vendors to level 4 yet, just because they just don't have enough time to play the game. And I feel for those players. I do. I do. It sucks to like grind all the way up and then just have that be erased, you know? And I get that that's a frustration. Unfortunately, oh my God, I can't shoot this. Unfortunately, in those situations, when they develop new missions or new mechanics, you have to test those, right? And that means that you got to start from the scratch. They can't just add those in willy-nilly, you know? So they've got to start you back at the beginning. Dude, we're finding the Fanny Paradise key a lot now. I remember that being such a hard key to find last fight. There's that key that we needed. Is this what I need? Okay, Neil overloaded the house without it, so we're looking for a laptop now. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I would love to see Vulture be the PvP vendor. I know that in the past, Mara has said that they're not going to go do a kill 15 Mithras type of thing, but as this game continues to develop and as this game continues to grow in the PvP world, I think that it's going to be needed. I think that eventually those types of things are going to be important to the game's longevity, that someone's gonna have to cave, right? And whether that's the players just giving up on it or that's the developers saying, okay, while this was not our necessarily intention with the PvP side, we do understand it. And if Vulture had a thing, so like right now in the game, if you look at your character, I guess I have to go back to a cop to see it, but basically we have patches now, right? Like we have the faction patch that you have, as well as, you know, right now I have the community leader patch on, but it would be great if those patches were souvenirs, almost. Like, you know, they said that they weren't going to do dog tags in the game because PMCs don't wear dog tags. Well, we've got these patches now, and I think a big thing in these games that is missing is the fact that you don't really know who killed who. Like if you and your buddies are playing and you're shooting and you're fighting another player and close the door, and you're fighting another player, you may not be able to tell who actually got the kill. And it would be great if if your character had, you know, they have these patches, right? So mine's right now the community leader, but it would be great if on these you could see, like, you could take this, right, as like a souvenir, similar to how like dog tags work in Tarkov. You could take this, and on the back of it, it would say the player's name that you killed, who killed them, and maybe like the distance of the shot or something like that. That information would be cool. And then you take that and, you know, you have vulture tasks that are involved in the PvP, and it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, faction specific things. It could be, you know, kill, you know, just get these other kills, or get these kills at a range, you know, like those types of missions I think would go hard in this game. But I do think that specifically they do need an identification system that tells you who killed who, because right now you can go to your stats and you can look at your combat and how many players you've killed or whatever. But if you don't do that, you may not know who actually got that killed. And if you could go and when you loot the body and you look at the patch, it will say, "Damn it, Bennett killed this guy." You know, that would make a lot of sense to me. And obviously would settle some arguments with you and your squad, right? You're like, "Oh, I got this guy," right? Like, you go up to the body, you can click on the patch, you can take this patch, right? This Mithras patch. So, oh, we got this Mithras guy, right? And if you rip this off and you put it in your safe or whatever, and then it's going to have that information on it, and that's what you can then turn in. I don't know. I just think that would be a cool PvP feature of the game. Plus, if you run into me and you want to steal my patch, then there you go. You can have that. So, I don't know. I think that would be a good thing. Maybe. Who knows? Can't remember which Battlefield it was, but you could use to collect dog tags of players you killed. You had a wall, which was cool. Yeah, so Battlefield did it, but also Tarkov does it. Multiple games have done it. That is a thing that a lot of games have done before, so that's not necessarily new. Come to Tarkov, we welcome all Timmies. I've been playing Tarkov since like 2018, I want to say. I am very familiar with Tarkov. Even at the bare minimum, it should tell you who killed who, right? I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. At the very minimum, the game should tell you who got the kill. I think that is almost a no-brainer when it comes to the just getting the kills. It seems silly that's not in the game currently. You know what I mean? A player QR code would display the stats. I mean, that could be cool, but then you gotta scan you gotta what? Break out your phone to scan it? I feel like that wouldn't be the way, right? Yeah, I mean, migrating the skill gap, dude, or mitigating the skill gap could definitely be the separation there for sure. But I mean, that kind of happens naturally, if I'm being honest, right? Like, people that play on PvP play on PvP. Most people that are playing PvE stay there, right? Other reason I collect all those handguns, those are all the boss's weapons. So those are just the custom ones. It's more of a OCD, ADD hoarder mentality of, well, I got it, I might as well just put it here. No reason. Absolutely no reason other than the guns are custom. It gives my brain serotonin, I guess. I don't know. Like, that's probably it. That's probably it. All right, we're in the restaurant. What are we searching for? Place your nemesis's head on a... Dude, that's brutal. That's brutal, but it would be awesome. Okay, nothing to see here. All right, no. Just steal some money from this small business, you know? No big deal. What am I even looking for? It says there's a package in the restaurant. Did not see said package. Happy Tuesday. Yo, Free Escape. What's up, brother? Where is this said package, dude? Oh my god. I walked in here and I like didn't even see this. Right in there. Yeah, it's funny. We went in that room, didn't see it. Moved on, looked around. We should have been paying attention. I mean, I get what you're saying with the QR code thing, Lemonade. It could be an idea. I think we need to fully flesh it out with like the purpose of it though, right? I feel like we got on like a very like low populated server, or maybe just everyone else is at like the tier 3 areas, because not complaining about not dying, but also we haven't run into anything. You know what I mean? The fuck did you guys come from? How do those guys? How? That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. All right, chat. 66155674 6615 5674 6615 5674. Oh, well, we didn't even need it. We didn't need it, chat. Of all the places they shoot me in the legs, dude. Thought I was a player for a second. $500, that's it. It's not. I had a good night. See here, anybody loot? No. Crawler back, our way back over there. Can I ask you something? Sure. Sure, dude. Yo, Cork, what's up, dude? Am I a liberal? I definitely am, bro. Picked up some crazy loot on random bots. I also have found some crazy stuff on some bots, especially like military items on the military guide sometimes. What a question, right? Are you a liberal? Yes. Yeah, thank you for time. Hey, not a problem, buddy. Not a problem. All right. Quark, how you doing, man? How's the family? You ready to relocate down here, bud? Mm-hmm. Guys, you can just ask your questions. You don't have to ask me a question. You just ask them, and I will give you an answer. Waffles. Waffles, definitely. Started playing yesterday. Great game. So, hell yeah, dude. Welcome to the game, man. So excited for you. I agree with you. It is a great game. I do agree. This thing's getting beat up. War Dogs looks cool, man. War Dogs, hey, War Dogs Deb, I would love to play your game. Let me know, man. Hit me up. I would love to play it. Yeah, I have no problem with that, man. I would love to. I don't know if it's coming to like an alpha, beta type of a thing, if they're doing like a preview. I don't know what they're doing, but it does look cool, man. It does look cool. We'll have to wait and see, like when people actually are able to play it and get the the deets then, but I think it looks cool, man. And again, I'm all for games coming into the category and doing things, man. Like we want those things. We want more games to push push the lines of things, dude. I think War Dogs is still, it's gonna have the same scenario though that I don't know if you guys remember this game. It came out. The initial concept and idea of the game looked really cool. But they pitched it as an extraction shooter. And then it went real right wing, which sucks. And it was like a cyberpunk, like BR. And you had like limbs and like it started off as something that like I was like real interested in, and then played it a little bit, and I'm like, oh, this is just like a BR, and they're trying to spin it into like a extraction shooter type of a thing. And then they went all like Dr. Disrespect on it, and I think they made like a fucking Trump character or some shit. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not gonna play this bullshit. But I don't want it to. I don't want it to get to that part, where they have a cool concept. It sounds like with the whole kind of factions fighting against each other, but it still seems to be in that BR state more than everything. B Divine coming in with the tier 1 sub. Name with the tier 1. Appreciate that. Welcome. First time watching the stream. Got about 20 hours on Gray Zone right now. How do you get so much room for the loot on the base? How do you get so much room? Are you talking about in my stash? How do I have more stash available? So I do own the supporter edition of the game. Now, the benefit to upgrading your game to the supporter edition is that every time the game wipes, you start out with more money and more gear. The other things that you start off with immediately in the game are the TAS, which is the largest container here. This guy. This is the largest secure box that you can obtain in the game. Now, if you get the supporter edition, you start off with this right away. You can currently buy this from Handshake at tier 3 Handshake for like 150K, I want to say. So it is earnable by playing the game, right? The second thing that you may be talking about is actually my stash size. And while, again, that comes with the supporter edition, the max stash size, after level 20, every 10 levels, you gain more space in your stash. So that, again, is earnable in the game just by playing. So as long as you're playing the game and you're going through it, like you will earn those things, right? Before the large task container, the TAS loot box thing, that was only given to you once you completed the final mission of the game. But in this update, they've kind of removed the vendors giving you gear and stuff like that and letting you just purchase it and kind of choose when and where you want to buy that stuff. So the easiest path to get there right now is, if you want, you can upgrade your version of the game and you'll get the bigger stash size. You'll get the TAS from the start. You'll get some other items, some money, right out the gate. And the good news is, like, that also works at any point in the game. So at any point in time, if you upgrade the game, they just give you all that stuff that you didn't get with your additions from the start. So, like, if you're on the standard edition of the game and I upgraded right now, even though I'm level 36, it would give me I would just have a drop of a bunch of stuff that comes from the supporter edition. Game name, yo, Potbelly, what's up, dude? Unfortunately, this is not on console yet. Devs say that they do plan on bringing it to console, but it wouldn't be until after the game has reached the 1.0 state, which at this point in time is probably not going to be until at least 2027, more likely 2028. Well, no, definitely 2028, because November is 0.5, and we know that there's at least going to be a 0.6. So it would be end of 2028. Most likely, or 2028 beginning. All right, what am I doing here? Intel on the King. Okay. You thought this was Rocket League, bro. I mean, Unreal Engine 6, dude. That shit looks good in that preview of Rocket League, though. You guys see that announcement the other day? Okay. That seemed to be some of the intel that I needed. I'm curious to see what this idiot managed to gather. Transshipment point. Report. GDM4 is still kind of the top weapon. There was a moment that we thought the MCX was going to be it, but the drop off in the range, I think, really hurt it. Go back to the transmissive point. Is that over here? No. Check the gas prices, dude. It was like $9 something, $9. I don't know what that equates to US dollars. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if like this server's just dead or what, but we are not running into anyone. We have not seen any PvP. I don't know if there was a bug in 0.3 where it wasn't putting you into, it was putting you into like a faction only PvP server. So you were just never finding PvP, which is a possibility that we're in right now. My goal today was to try to knock out some of these first time tasks that we hadn't done on this side of the map. And so that's, I mean, it's kind of lucked out for us in the fact that we're not getting killed immediately all the time, that we're just kind of going over here and doing the thing. $9 equates to 34 cents. No. Really? That doesn't seem right. Hey, we need the dance emote, bro. This is a jam, dude. Going back to the strip club. Wonder if Alamo Brown's gonna be there. What is the name of the game? It's called Gray Zone Warfare. They've already said they're not going to add vehicles. They've been very clear about that. Right now, how the choppers work is they run on rails essentially. So imagine it as a roller coaster, right? All like you can't see it, but all throughout the map are these rails that the choppers fly on, and that's how they're programmed to do it. Is they have a certain path that they go through. And there are different offshoots that it can go. If there's one coming this way, it's like a train, right? There's a train coming this way on the tracks. The other train's going to divert to this side of the track to go around it. And so you'll see that every now and then. Usually when that happens, it's bad. It means that someone is either taking off or landing at the LZ that you're going to. So prepare for battle. Like if you'll eventually learn the standard path that the choppers will take, and then when it diverts, you know that you're in for some shit because it's about to happen. Son of a bitch, I walked the wrong way. I was like, this doesn't look like Fanny's Paradise. Damn it, Bennett, wrong way, my dude. Yep. Rip. Guys, I was reading chat, dude. I was reading chat. But yeah, they're not gonna do cars. We've not run into any cheaters today, but that's also because we haven't run into anyone today. I don't know what's going on with whatever server we're on, but it's pretty dead. Server's pretty dead today for us. Which again is all right in my book, because while I love doing the PvP, our goal was to knock out some of these first time tasks on the Tiger Bay side of the map, which we really haven't had any, we haven't really done a whole lot over here. Yeah, forgetting your keys for an area does suck. Too bad it's not like GTA where you can call up your mechanic and have him bring them to you, you know?
Run.
You got to level 30 today after 3 weeks of playing? Hell yeah, dude. Mostly, yeah, there's nothing wrong with the PvE side, man. I know, like, there's people that, like, try to equate, like, your level of skill or manhood or some bullshit with playing the PvE versus the PvP. Like, dude, it doesn't matter, man. That's some weirdo behavior, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. Enjoy the game how you want to enjoy it, man. If that's playing with other people on PvP or if that's playing with other people on PvE, doesn't matter. What are you doing, Ollie? Play the game how you want to play it. Like, I see the game in my perspective, right? Like, to me, PvE is just, there's just not enough to keep me going on PvE. And having other players standing in my way on PvP is the thing that's, like, makes it exciting and enough, right? If this was just me, you know, looting over here. What am I even doing here? Go to the house, locate the strip bar further east and uncover what happened to the king. Are you the king? Are one of you the king? Is the sticky note the king? Anyone see the king? What is this game called? It's called Gray Zone Warfare. Yeah, I assume since the circle's big, it includes the house as well. So it's not anybody in the strip club. I think there's a note at the bar. Okay. King's Diary. Good job, chat. Alright, first time task. First time task, locate and repair the radio tower. I wonder if I'm pretty sure we're gonna need a tool, multi-tool for this, so we're gonna go pick one up and then we'll head there. We may actually not. Is this on PS5? No, it's only PC right now. Well, I think that the PvP changes that, and I think that, you know, we all, I'm very guilty of it, and I know that everybody else is too, that we all like, hey, these, we should do this for PvP. We should do this. We keep throwing changes at them. They have announced some changes, and I think that we, as players, should wait until we get to experience what those are and then make more suggestions based on that. Because right now, the suggestions or the things that the changes that are going to come in the next patch sound really good. It could create other problems, but I think that we'll have to just wait and see how those play out before we make and make any assessments on it, right? Like, it does sound good. I'm excited to see what that looks like, and all right, that's the first enemy chopper we've heard. First enemy chopper we've heard in a while. They have publicly announced the changes they did this weekend at their game access week event they did their live stream from. So very excited to see them change. In a nutshell, basically, once you capture a cop, it will be on a 30-minute cooldown. It will not be able to be recaptured for 30 minutes. So basically, if we go and capture a cop, no one can, even if they kill all the players there, they can't capture it until the 30-minute cooldown has happened. Which makes this more strategic on what you're taking when it comes to the cop system. They also announced that the PvP circles, the combat zones, will increase by 50 meters. So right now they're 150 meters wide, and they will now increase to 200 meters. They also announced that the circle themselves will now be spawned and focus on the center point of the impacted player. So whoever gets shot will be, the circle will draw itself around that person, 200 meters in each direction, or 200 meters wide from the center of where that player is. Which is awesome. And then the final thing that they've added, is that the first person, so let's say that I get killed right now, I would go and have the option to go back to whatever my cop is over there and spawn there. But anybody else that dies in that combat circle, oh shit. Holy shit. I thought I killed you already. Holy crap. So yeah, so the circle part is great for sniping. If you snipe, it doesn't give you away anymore, which is great. It's a great addition. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens, to the rest of them, you know? Clearly I have broken something. But yeah, those are the main changes right now coming to the PvP. The last one that we didn't kind of glazed over was that the first person that dies in the PvP fight. So like if I'm the victim and I get shot by somebody, it creates that zone. And if I die, I do have the chance to spawn at the cop. But everybody else after that point, if they die in the combat zone, they will go directly back to the fob. You will only have that option to respawn at the base. It's coming though, guys. I think that that's part of, you know, being in early access is the game, you know, it started in the PvE world, and you know, obviously us PvP fans got a hold of it, and you know, they are continuing to develop now for both sides of the game. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing, man. The PvP changes that they're working with and that are going to come. We do know that there are going to be more PvP focuses in the 0.5 when that releases. So that's also really good news. And so I think we just kind of have to, you know, let them cook and let them do their thing, as that's a big part of what's going on, you know. Basically, right now, if you sniped, how it draws the circle, it puts the circle in the middle of whoever you're shooting. And so if you're shooting from a very far away location, it's gonna kind of call you out and put that circle in the middle of nowhere. And it makes it very easy for someone to go, oh, he's up there. He's up there because he shot, like, the circle's over there, way over there. And he shot me from over here. He's definitely up on that mountain. You know what I mean? And so it makes it a much easier case for them to go and just kill you, you know, in that mindset of, like, the circle is here. So, for example, we were over here on Gladius, and we were up here, and I killed all of the guys here, and I was hoping that someone was going to come and try to take it back, but the circle that spawned was right here, so it was pretty much a dead giveaway that I was on this hill. And then after no one came to get Gladius, I was like, all right, well, fuck this, let's go. When we, like, jumped down, we started making our way down, we're talking to chat, and there was someone that was coming up the hill because they knew I was up there. Because the circle put itself right here in the middle, and if you draw a direct line to where I was shooting, clearly they knew that I was here. Like, from this point to that point, they knew that I was in there. So they made their way up there and killed me. Now, had the circle just been here, they would have had no idea where I was. And so I think that is a very good change that we're going to be seeing in the game. And I'm all for that one. The other ones we're going to have to see. You know, we're gonna have to see what they look like and what they do, but I do think that you know, it is a good place to start. You know what I mean? It is a good place to start. So we'll see more. But yeah. Guys, I appreciate you guys being around this morning, hanging out with me, man. It's always a pleasure. If you're new to the channel, we stream Monday through Friday. Monday through Thursday, though, we stream from 7 a.m. till about 10 a.m. Eastern time. And then on Friday, we stream pretty much all day or till we get tired or my wife gets off work and we're going to go do something. So 7 a.m. is always when we start. But as always, as a community leader in this game, we always go and try and spread the love in the world of Gray Zone, and you know, raid some other streamers that we know. So we're gonna go raid who's on. We're gonna go read Creedard. He's on right now. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Idaho campus today. Got a bunch of meetings. I will see you tomorrow, bright and early. So have a fantastic rest of your day. Take it easy.